Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from
Hey, what is the deal, sports bettors and handicappers out there? It's your boy, Marley Bet. Jump into this NBA one good time with my boy, my brother, Mikey Hova. What's going down, Mikey?
What's going down?
Oh, okay, there you go. I was like, damn, I couldn't hear you. I think it might have been a little delay or something like that. Been a minute since we had you on the NBA show. How you feeling right now,
Been
dog?
busy.
Anything you want to talk about, stand out real quick? You know, that since you've been on, anything you want to speak on before we jump into
Oh
it?
yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to I just wanted to just kind of speak on so you guys know the Milwaukee and the Minnesota game is is going to be held early. So that's going to be
Turkey.
what it's going to be like.
Yeah, I
Because of
got a
curfew.
4:30 start Eastern.
Is
So
it
that's
for?
like
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So it's going to be like
that's like
3:30 cent.
2:30 our time. Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which is kind
so
of crazy.
man, yeah, I know. It's basically some early action, so I felt it was only right for us uh to do that game. I mean, since obviously it's the first game, and then obviously, you know, just all the things that's happening uh in Minnesota.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
man, I'm glad the NBA now, actually, to be honest with you, I'm really not just the NBA. I mean, it's a lot of things that's going on. You got people moving their shows. I think the Major League Baseball. Well, that's the election, but
Right.
a lot of people just being active in general, just from all types of subjects. Where it comes to police brutality, voter suppression, so that's a good thing. But my heart goes out to that family
So,
of that young man, and that's just man, it's just an unfortunate situation. And my thing is this, like I always tell people, and me you kind of we kind of talked about it earlier, or I made a comment on Facebook about it. Anytime it's an accident, it's always the black person that's the victim when it's an accident. That's I don't know what's like that's to me that's kind of strange. Every time it's
so
a so-called accident, or if it's like for example with the George Floyd situation, only when you have a black victim will you have to be in court a month or longer when you actually have a crime committed on video. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
It don't take that long. If we were the accused, it wouldn't take that long. We don't have to go through why is this and well technically did it have something to do with this? Nah, it's like yo, I got this dude is on film. We seeing it. Oh, boom. That's what I'm saying. So y'all know what it's the same. It's the
so,
same old song, and the same people making up the same excuses. So I just kind of wanted to address that situation just because it's getting repetitive, but at the same time, it's it's getting it's getting old, and people starting to really get tired of it, and people are starting to really get tired of excuses. So that's that's why I say I think we should talk about the Minnesota Milwaukee game first, because
right.
that
So I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in before, so we can keep it going. Trying to pick my words carefully. And I'm not trying. I don't want to get too long winded because it's a sports betting show, and I want to keep it at that because everybody got their own, opinions based on how they were brought up and where they were brought up. So, but my overall opinion just on the overall topic, like you said, you made a comment. I kind of let everything I had to say on Facebook the other day on my personal page, but keep it short and sweet, man. Yeah, it's getting old, same old shit. Um, and the way I look at it, man, until I'm gonna just say until we as a people, and when I say we, that counts allies too. But I'm specifically talking to my people. We as a people, until we educate ourselves on like the shit that's going on and leave a lot of shit that we do, need to leave that shit alone. Nothing's gonna change. And it's not their fault. It's not, I don't really care what they do. And when I say they, I'm not talking about a specific race of people, I'm talking about a specific group of people. As long as we take care of our business, we don't have to worry about what they do. And it got to start in our communities and our home. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. So let's get to we'll have to create another platform for that topic. It's more to be said, but let's get to the reason why we're here. So your boy 5-0 yesterday in the NBA. So anybody that tuned in yesterday, man, you know, if y'all follow me, we killed yesterday. Undefeated 5-0. Went 4-1 the day before that. So that put us at 11-4 overall for the week. And since we got that early game, and you know, Mikey wanted to discuss that which is something that needed to be discussed. We're gonna start with that game first. So we got the Milwaukee Bucks. They're going on the road to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves and everything that's going on in Minnesota. The game is on early because they got curfew and there's a lot of protests and a lot of shit going on. Kind of surprised they even had it. Thought they would have just postponed it and kind of left that situation die down. But money is money. Still want to play, so guess they're gonna play. Injury report. Antetokounmpo, questionable. I'm assuming he playing because the line is at 10.5. And Tucker is questionable. He probably won't play. Karl-Anthony Towns downgraded to out. Beasley is out. Let's get to the actual factual. Milwaukee, they are 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games. 12-6 straight up in their last 18 games. 10-4 ATS in their last 14 games against Minnesota. 5-0 straight up in their last 5 games against Minnesota. And 8-3 straight up in their last 11 games on the road. 3-8 ATS in their last 11 games. And 2-7 ATS in their last 9 games against an opponent from the Western Conference. Minnesota, 4-10 straight up in their last 14. 5-11 straight up in their last 16 at home. 2-5 straight up in their last 7. 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games against an opponent from the Central Division, and also 1-5 ATS in their last 6 games when played on a Wednesday. I hate when they throw those fucking stats in there. Milwaukee Bucks -10. I got it going down half a point. -10 in Minnesota. Early start. 4:30 on the Eastern time. What you got for me?
Man, after witnessing that massacre yesterday with the Wolves at the hands of the Nets, man, I can't. I gotta take the Bucks with all them points. The Wolves are just look, man. They're right down there at the bottom with the Rockets, trying to see who's gonna potentially get the number 1 pick.
Right.
So I gotta back the Bucks. Plus, I think it's coming off a back-to-back. No Anthony Towns. I mean, who scores for them?
Edwards.
That's about it. Yeah, he could score 50 and they still won't cover. Like, that's the kind of game it could be. Although now, don't get it twisted, Milwaukee has had issues covering on the road. So they've had issues on the road. They just really snapped a 3-game losing streak, I think, their last game. But whether they're poor on the road or not, I say it doesn't matter just because the Timberwolves are just poor in general. They're just a horrible team in general.
Right.
No Anthony Towns. Yo, what's up, Javoris?
What's up, Javoris?
Man,
What's going down, partner?
I got it. And I don't really like taking them high spreads like that. I really don't. But you say Giannis is playing, right?
Questionable. I assume he is with the spread being at 10.5. I'm assuming that means he's going to play.
Because my only thing is this.
Still 10 without him playing. No way.
But you know how they do though. They'll mess around and it'll be a game time decision. We don't be locked in the bed, and then all of a sudden, boom, he ain't playing, and it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So because that definitely, like you say, that makes a difference if he's not playing.
Yeah, for
So
sure. I
yeah,
think he's gonna play. I mean, like I said, I don't see that line being 10. My opinion on the game, don't have one. This is a pass for your boy. Like you said, I really only put it up because the situation in Memphis, and it was an early game. I was kind of wondering if maybe that early start put some people on Minnesota to get the cover with it being 10. Because that kind of does throw off the schedule a little bit. You're not used to playing a game that early. Maybe it take the Bucks some time to get going. Maybe it's closer
yeah.
than it's supposed to be. I'm not messing with it. That boy Jabbar say I'm taking the under small play. Yo, that makes sense too. Early game, it may take them both time to get going. But for me personally, pass. Um, pass. Too scared to mess with this game. Uh, Primarily because of the early start, and like you said, the Bucks sometimes they tend to not play well on the road. Sometimes they're not. I just haven't
This is a
been
good
that big
spot
a
for him
fan
though.
of the Bucks anyway, especially with big cover.
Yeah,
I know
not
they
this
hit.
year.
I know sometimes like they can go on streaks and they do look. They have games and spurts where they look good, but to me, it's like I barely even consider them a contender in the East, and they got to prove me wrong. But to me, it's like Philly and Brooklyn. I don't consider the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? I think
I'm
Miami
gonna
can
take.
beat them in the 7-game series again,
I
personally.
think
But
it's a lot of teams Miami can beat in the 7-game series.
I agree. But I'm kind of
I'm
high on Miami, so maybe I'm a little biased. So
take the Bucks. I'm gonna take the Bucks with the
try not to
points
lean that way.
on on the road. Now listen, this play is predicated on Giannis playing. If he
Okay,
is not playing, then it's a no play for
pass.
me.
Got you.
Yeah, but if he is playing, I'm taking the Bucks with the points.
Got you. All right, I'll put that on the notes. All right, so let's
All right.
let's keep it going. Second game, we got the Washington Wizards. They're going on the road to take on the Sacramento Kings. That line is at -2 for the Wizards. The total is at 239. Let's hit that injury report. Bryant is out for the season for the Wizards, and Gafford, he was injured last game. He's probable. The Kings, they have Holmes been downgraded to doubtful. He missed last game. He's questionable, and Bagley is still out. Actual factuals. Washington, they are 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games. 6-13 straight up in their last 19. 1-5, 1-4 ATS, in their last 5 against Sacramento. 1-4 straight up in their last 5 against Sacramento. But they are 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games on the road. 2-8 straight up in their last 10 games when playing on the road in Sacramento, but 4-2 ATS in their last 6. The total has gone over in 10 of their last 13, and they're 3-10 straight up in their last 13 in the month of April. Sacramento 1-6 ATS their last 7 games. 0-7 straight up their last 7 games. The total has gone under in 6 of their last 7 games against Washington. The total has gone under in 5 of their last 7 games at home. They're 0-5 straight up in their last 5 this season, 6-14 ATS in their last 20 against an opponent from the Eastern Conference. And the total has gone under in 4 of their last 5 games against an opponent from the Southeast Division. The Washington Wizards on the road in Sacramento, +2 for the Kings. What you got for me, Mike?
Okay, so the line, because I thought the line had released with the Kings being the favorite. So are they the underdogs now at home?
They are the underdogs right now. I think the line opened up with them as the
With them
underdogs,
being
to
the
the best
favorite.
of my knowledge.
Okay, all right. So yeah, so I go with the Wizards. I think the Kings have lost like 6 or 7 in a row.
Yes.
Yeah, so I can't. They're missing 3 of their top 5 scorers. The Wizards coming off a big win. They hung on to beat the Utah Jazz.
Can't believe it.
That's an impressive win, 125,
It
121. So we
It
know they're
is an
gonna put up
impressive
points.
win.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, even though they're not that good, they can score and they do have a dynamic duo. So
That's true.
So I gotta take the Wizards just off the simple fact. I just don't think the Kings, them missing, because both of these teams, the Wizards can score, the Kings, when healthy, they can put up points. They're missing 3 of their top 5 scorers. So I have to look at where's the lack of scoring going to be? You know what I'm saying? On what side? So I think it's going to be on Sacramento. I think it's going to be a high scoring game, and I think the Wizards cover that 2 points. So I'm going to go with Washington. Minus two. Yeah.
Yep. And for the most part, Mikey, I completely agree with you. Listen, neither one of these teams are the cream of the crop here. Both of them are probably not going to make the playoffs. I'm pretty sure they're not going to make the playoffs. Last 10 though, Washington at least they're 5-5. 2-2 ATS on the road, and 2-1 as a favorite. So I mean, you know, and like you said, Russ can easily, they got a dynamic duo, and you know, occasionally Russ does go, he still does go off for 30, 10, and 11. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bill could light it up for fucking 40. We back in LA. I know we're not back in LA, but we are back in Cali. He is from Cali. Might feel a little at home. So I'm right there with you. But even with all that said, bro, the Kings have lost like 7 straight. Like, they have literally nobody but Fox.
Yeah, that's it.
Hield is, I mean, he sometimes did. Like, sometimes he'll go out because he can shoot. But he's questionable. I don't even know if he plays.
Yeah, he's not playing. I don't even think he's playing.
I have him as questionable, but he's missed like the last 2 or 3 games, if I'm not mistaken. It's nobody but Fox. Like, it's literally nobody but Fox. And that's just not enough. So I'm right there with you. I got the Wiz money line, and they've won like 4 out of the last 5, if I'm not mistaken. Like you said, they got a good win in Utah on the road. I just read off some of their road win. They're 4-1 ATS in their last 5. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games on the road. So at least the last 5-6 games, they might have found something. I expect that to keep going against the Kings anyway. So I'm right there with you, Mikey. We both on the Wiz. I took the Wiz. I took the -2 and the money line. I took the -2 straight up. I put the money line on my parlay. So I'm right there, man. I agree with pretty much everything you said. This is another game, so let's keep it moving. The next game I got on the docket is we got the San Antonio Spurs. They're going on the road to take on the Toronto Raptors. That line is at plus. It opened up at +4.5. It's currently sitting at 5.5. The total is at 221.5. It's still right there. Injury report. The Spurs, Dang, he's downgraded to out, and Lyles, he's been out. He's downgraded to out. Toronto, Lowry, I have him out, but earlier it said questionable. It's just rest. So like I don't even know what they're doing. Like if you're just gonna rest them, why didn't you trade them before the deadline? Like I don't know. Okay. Blanfleet suspension, he's out. Bembry's been downgraded to out. Trent Jr. out. Watson upgraded to probable, and Harris is questionable. Whole bunch of injuries going on out there in San Antonio. Toronto. Actual factual, San Antonio total has gone over in 6 of their last 7. They're 4-10 straight up in their last 14. 8-1 ATS in their last 9 games against Toronto. 15-5 straight up in their last 20 games. 7-1 ATS in their last 8 games. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 against Toronto, and the total has gone over in 4 out of their last 5. Toronto 1-5 ATS in their last 6. 4-16 straight up in their last 20. 1-6 ATS in their last 7 at home. 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games when playing at home against San Antonio. 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games this season, and 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games playing opponent from the Western Conference. The Spurs -5.5. What do you got for me, Mikey?
Oh man, Lord, so it's at 5.5 now.
Yeah, it's going up, and I expect it to continue to go up.
Man, first of all, the Raptors cannot be trusted at any point in time this year.
Any point in time. No.
They're 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games as a home underdog. They're 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games, playing on 0 days of rest. And the Spurs are 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 road games, 6-1 ATS in their last 7 games as a road favorite. So everything is pointing. Oh, also don't forget, I think the Spurs are in the 9th spot. So they actually have a reason to come out and play extra hard.
Yeah, they're fighting for the playoffs.
Yeah, they're fighting for the playoffs. So this is a real good spot to take the Spurs with the points. They haven't. I think the Spurs been averaging like 117. And they've been giving up a lot of points too lately. But the Raptors don't really have that firepower. So I'm taking the Raptors -4. I mean, I'm taking the Spurs -4.5 on the road. Yeah, that's my play.
Spurs -5.5.
Raptors, no Lowry, no Van Vliet.
No Van Vliet. I don't understand why Lowry is on the team at this moment.
Yeah, they should have traded him.
While I'm looking down, y'all not paying attention. I'm actually jumping on these Spurs right now before this line keeps. Before this line goes any further up. Yeah, and it's pretty much for the same reasons that Mikey said. Who's playing for the Raptors? Like, if I get Lowry, at least Lowry, and at least Gary Trent Jr. to go along with Siakam, then I might take the 5.5. But for the most part, all you got out there is Siakam and Anunoby. And, like, that's pretty much it. I don't know where the points are going to come from. Last time, 96 against New York. They play good defense. 103 against Atlanta. 113 to Chicago. 101 against LA. They've won 104. They're just not playing good basketball. Meanwhile, the Spurs, who weren't playing the best basketball, but at least they're on a little 2-game win streak. And they got their young guys out there, but they've actually been playing a lot better since they got rid of LaMarcus Aldridge and they decided to go young. I want to say they're like in 8th, 9th or something. I mean, they're in the play-in game scenario as of right now. I don't know if they're going to stay there, but I do know that this is a chance to get a win. I think they got the coaching advantage with Pop, even though can't think of Toronto's coach name right now, but
Nurse.
Not Budenholzer. Who?
Nick Nurse.
Nick Nurse. Even though he's good, I still like goddamn coach's names are just slipping right now. San Antonio.
He good, but Pop, we know Pop is a Hall of Famer, so
exactly. There we go. So
who can do more with less? With less.
And right now, man, the Spurs but the Raptors have a lot, in my opinion, have a lot less right now. I mean, and it's not that it's due to the injuries and the suspensions and just everything that's going on right now in Toronto. I don't even understand the whole Larry deal, to be honest with you. I don't understand if you don't trade him. It's like this. I don't know how many times I've seen rest next to his name, and it's like, what was the point? What's the point? That was great trade value. His contract is up. You're finna lose him for nothing now. You're not gonna try to make a playoff push. So what's the plan? Like, is he gonna re-sign in Toronto? If he re-signs, then okay. But if he goes somewhere else and you don't get nothing for him, it was like, what the fuck was? And there was a lot of people that wanted him. Like, the Clippers wanted a point guard. Yeah, the Clippers wanted a point guard. I think Miami wanted him. I think the Lakers were interested. Philly was definitely interested. He's from Philly.
Yeah.
I'm kind of confused. I'm a little confused myself on that one. So yeah, but I'm with you. I agree. Let me get that down. Spurs -5.5. I just jumped on it. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what I'm gonna get. I don't know anything about what's going on. with Toronto right now. So no way I can put my money on the 5. So with that said, I think this is an interesting matchup. I want to know what your thoughts on this next game is. Got the Knicks, New York Knicks. They're going on the road to take on the Pelicans. The line is opened up at -2.5. It's still there. I got the total. It went up a half a point at 219.5. Injury report. I got Henson. He's been downgraded. He's downgraded to out. He's been out. And Robinson is out indefinitely for the Knicks. Pelicans. Johnson left last game. He's questionable. Ball has been downgraded to doubtful. Hart's been out. He's out indefinitely. And Alexander Walker is out for the Pelicans. Actual factuals. New York. They are 6-0 ATS in their last 6 games. The total has gone under in 10 of their last 15. They're 4-2 straight up in their last 6, but 2-6 straight up in their last 8 against New Orleans. 7-1 ATS on the road. 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games, though, on the road against New Orleans. 5-0 ATS in their last 5 games. The total has gone over in 5 of New York's last 7 games against an opponent from the Western Conference and 7 of the last 8 games against an opponent from the Southwest Division. The Pelicans, they're 4-2 straight up in their last 6, 4-1 straight up in their last 5 when playing at home against New York, but 1-5 ATS in their last 6 against an opponent from the Eastern Conference. 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games played on a Wednesday, but 6-1 in their last 7 games against an opponent from the Atlantic Division. New York Knicks +2.5 in Nolans. What you got for me?
This is an intriguing matchup because it's just 2 young teams.
Yes.
And 2 young teams, and both of them are kind of hot. They're on winning streaks. I think they both won 3 in a row. The Knicks are already, I want to say they're already somewhat in playoff position. I know they're 4th in the.
I think they're like 8 or 7. They're
like
definitely in the playoff game and in the hunt right now. They're still alive. They're still fighting for a spot. I'm sure they're going to be fighting till the end of the season. They're in the 8th spot right now in the East.
And then you got the Pelicans in the 11th spot.
In the 11th spot.
Trying to fight
but
for the
they're
play-in.
jumbled up. Right. They're all jumbled up at like 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm not
8,
sure
9,
how many
10,
go
11.
to the play-in. How many is it in the play-in?
Yeah, I'm not too familiar. See, I'm not too familiar with the play-in thing. How they doing that? Okay. I'm old school. I'm used to 1 seed 1 through 8, and that's it.
Right. Yeah, I gotta figure out how that. To be honest with you, I have not looked into what's the protocol with that, and I need to do that.
I don't know how they gonna work that out. But I will say this much: you got a team that stresses defense versus a team that's a very good offensive team, but their coach stresses defense.
Right.
In Stan Van Gundy. So this matchup is going to be a really good matchup. And I gotta go with the team that I know can score consistently. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the Pelicans with the points.
La Pelicanos.
Pelicans, man. They can put up some points.
-2.5. All right.
Let me get my charger.
Yeah. So this is where I fall at the Pelicans and Knicks. I've been riding with the Knicks for a little while, more than just this 3-game win streak, because they play hard night in and night out. But like you say, they struggle scoring points. It's just one thing they seem to not be able to do, with the exception of Julius Randle. And Pelicans, I think if you just look at the rosters, I think the New Orleans Pelicans have a better roster on paper. I think they have a better roster than the 11th seed in the West. I think if you look at I think they actually have a very talented starting 5 on paper. When you look at Lonzo, I think Bledsoe starts, him and Bledsoe, and then Ingram, Zion, and Adams. Like, that is a playoff starting 5, in my opinion. I don't think they're contenders, but I think they should be in a much better spot than they are in right now. I think they're a better team than the West. Than the Knicks. I also think they're one of the most inconsistent teams in the league, and that's part of the problem. That's why they stand where they do stand. They
Yeah.
both are on. I think the Pelicans on a 3-game or a 2-game. The Knicks maybe on a 3-game win streak. But I like the Pelicans here. I agree with you. I think the Pelicans. They're both fighting, so I think we're going to get effort from both teams tonight. But I think the Pelicans just have more than the Knicks do offensively, and I think, as good as Julius Randle is, I think he's going to have issues tonight inside with Adams and Zion. It doesn't matter which one of them holds them. Both of them, I think, are bigger and stronger than he is. And I think if you go Zion, he's just as quick, so he can still take care of him on the outside. And
yeah.
so
Hey,
I think
look,
it'll be hard for Randle tonight. As much as I do like Randle,
like you said earlier with that lineup. I mean, if you really look at that lineup, and let's just talk about just like on paper, like just looking at that lineup, like we can compare that lineup against any lineup in the NBA.
I personally think so.
I mean, they really have a good.
They got a good starting five, dog. In my opinion, they have a good starting five. I know they're not. I think they're underachieving personally. I mean, I don't have them in the top 5 in the West, but they should be better than the 11th seed. Like, I think they should be a 7, 6, 7, or 8 seed in the West. I mean, I gotta go back and look and just think about obviously the West, because the West is fucking packed. I mean,
the West is state,
but
it's a young team though too.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the kind of team.
And
that's the kind of team I don't want to play. I don't care who I am in the West. I do not want to play that team in the first round.
I get that. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't want to play them in no round because they're talented.
In no round, definitely.
Because they're talented.
But I'm just saying, because you know. So we're looking at the first round. The top seed is who we looking at? The Jazz, Clippers.
Clippers, Suns, Utah Clippers, Suns, Denver, LA.
Murray out for Denver, so I don't know if they're gonna keep that.
Torn ACL.
Yeah. So yeah, like you say, no matter what round, no matter what team, that team there is scary. It wouldn't surprise me if they was to upset somebody in the first round.
Right, but they got to get in, and that's the problem.
I think they'll get in.
And they can. I mean, like, they're capable of beating the Utah team.
Yeah.
They just got to put it together. I don't think they will, because, like you said, they're young.
Yeah, it's too early right now. But in a few years, though, I love to see them.
Yeah, depends on who's coaching them too.
And if they keep the same roster.
Maybe Stan can pull it around, but yeah. I mean, other than that, though, I agree with you. I think they beat the Knicks. I just think they have a better roster at this point. But I like the Knicks, man. Like I said, I've been riding with the Knicks for a little while this season thus far. And I've been making a lot of money off the Knicks because they get very favorable lines, and they go just give you effort, dog. Night in and night out. I know every night they're gonna play hard.
Yeah.
If I lose, it's not because they didn't try or they gave away the game. They got beat. And the only thing is they just can't score.
Yeah.
That's the only drawback. But I made good money with them this season, so I got nothing to complain about. Bam. Let's keep it going. Got the Dallas Mavericks. They're going on the road to take on the Memphis Grizzlies. That line has opened up at Dallas -2. It's since gone up to Dallas -3. The total is at 225.5. Injury report. Terry is the only person. He's been downgraded to out for Dallas. And for Memphis, Winslow's been downgraded to out. Melton downgraded to out. Jackson Jr. is he's out, and Porter is probable. Actual factuals: Dallas, they're 6-3 ATS in their last 9 games. 6-3 straight up in their last 9. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games against Memphis. 4-1 straight up in their last 5 games against Memphis. 5-1 ATS their last 6 games on the road against Memphis. 7-1 straight up in their last 8 games on a Wednesday, and 7-3 in their last 10 games and played in the month of April. Memphis, 11-3 ATS in their last 14, 5-2 straight up in their last 7, 5-1 ATS in their last 6 at home. The total has gone over in 9 of their last 13. They're 6-2 straight up in their last 8 in April, and the total has gone under in 10 of their last 15 games against an opponent from the Western Conference. Dallas -3 in Memphis. What you got for me?
Man, this
Tough game. Another tough game.
Yeah, it's another tough one. The Mavericks had lost 2 in a row. The Grizzlies they still in contention for that number 1 spot in the Southwest Division. So that's the one thing I know the Grizzlies have been doing is that they're pretty decent on defense, and but they're also a good. I think they're one of the best rebounding teams in the league too. So it gives them a lot of second shots, and then it also gives them a lot of opportunities to get out in transition, and also it gives them just more possessions in general. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have to take the Grizzlies at home. I'm gonna take them at home. Okay. I think the sexy pick is gonna be the Mavs. Because when it comes to the Mavs, everybody's thinking about Luka and this and that. But Memphis is they're a pretty good team.
They're a damn good team, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Like they can play.
That's just me though.
Yeah, they can play. So I gotta take them. Money line.
Money line, not +3. You like them straight money lines?
Yeah. I take them money line.
All right. So Memphis is 8 in the West right now, and Dallas is 7. So they're right behind each other.
Yeah.
2 games back. Dallas is 29-24. Memphis is 27-25. So 2 games in the win column, 1 game in the loss column. But Jabbar say he Mavs in the under. I think if that game goes under, Mavs lose because Memphis is a defensive team. So
Memphis is
if you're calling the under, I think you must be calling a Memphis win because I think those two correlate together.
Definitely.
Dallas is going to try to score. I mean, Dallas' whole game plan is, look, we're going to put Luka at top of the court and we're going to surround him with shooters. Luka, you either make something happen, make a play, penetrating dish or pull up, but everything's on Luka's shoulder. Memphis, dog, like I said this last time about Memphis. Dallas is on a 2-game losing streak, by the way. And I said this about Memphis. I took them the last 2 games. They won last night. If it wasn't last night, it was the night before. And then I took them against the Pacers. They lost in overtime, I believe. But LJ put me on Memphis like early in the season when they went on like a 10-game win streak, and I've been watching them since. They force a lot of turnovers and they play good defense, dog. Ja Morant and he's hurt though. The other guard, they like lead I don't know if they lead the league, but they're top 5 in points in the paint, and it's because you can't keep Ja out the paint.
Yeah.
And Valanciunas, the center he came from originally from Toronto, and I used to watch him in Toronto, bro. He is tough. And he's super consistent.
He's a tough defender, and he's a good rebounder.
And he's going to give you 12-12, 10-10, like night out, night in and night out. I look at his points. He's 13-10, 11-10, 12-9. Like he consistent. He protects the paint and he rebounds. He like exactly what that team needs. He fits with them fucking perfect. And I think the Jazz got something going. Not the Jazz, but the Grizzlies. I agree with you. I think the Mavs gonna be the sexy pick. I think a lot of people gonna take the Mavs. They're gonna think Luka. I don't know how many people are necessarily on the Grizzlies. Them coming off a back-to-back does kind of worry me a little bit. I don't like taking teams back-to-back, but Ja and those guys are young. It's not like they got a lot of old vets
Yeah,
over there.
they'll be all right.
I think they'll be all right. And I like Memphis here. I agree with you. I took this play. I took the money line. I took them to win, straight up. I don't know if I want to recommend it for show purposes, but that's what I did. For the show, yeah, ride with me, show. Hey, if I lose, you lose too. Goddamn it, ride with me, ride with me. We on the money line. That's the play I took with the Grizzlies as well, Mikey. So, yeah. So far, we all got the same goddamn plays. Which shit, that's a good thing. We go win, we go ride together, we go lose together. Goddamn it.
Yeah.
Next game I got up is I got the Nets. They going on the road to take on the Philadelphia 76ers. That line has opened up at Brooklyn -7. Then it went to 8. The total was at 225.5. So it's come down some. Injuries. Brooklyn, Aldridge, he's out. Durant's out. Harden's out. Griffin's out. Kyrie's probable. Johnson out. Chiwoza out. Philly, George Hill. That's it. Only one out.
Hold on. What's that line again?
It's 8. Sixers.
Okay, for the
8.
Sixers. Okay.
Yes. I don't know if I said
okay, I was
it
wondering.
right.
I thought I heard you say the Knicks. I was like, man, because I'm thinking like, how the hell they? Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, maybe I said it wrong. If not, Philadelphia -8 for everybody that's listening.
Okay.
Actual factuals kind of don't matter, man. We got a bunch of injuries, so I'm gonna just turn it over right now at what you got. Brooklyn +8 in Philly. Total is at 227. 225 is gone down. What you got?
I gotta take Philly here in this spot.
Yeah,
they're not. They're healthy, and we know when healthy, they're a contender.
Yes.
So I don't see Brooklyn. Harden is out, Durant's out. Come on, man. Like, and I'm not because the rest of the team they have a decent team outside of those players, but it's not enough to hang with the 76ers with Simmons and Embiid, and the rest of those guys are healthy. They got a bench with Milton. So they're good as far as their health is concerned. The Nets have issues, and then you talking about Kyrie's probable. Yeah, I gotta take Philly with the point. I think Philly potentially probably wins this game anywhere between 15 points or more. So I gotta take 76ers.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm not gonna make it, there's no need to make it any longer than what it is. Brooklyn doesn't have the guys, to compete. Everybody's hurt right now. And like you said, Philly is healthy. I don't know if they look at it as a statement game because those guys aren't out. But I expect this to be a double digit win early and pull away and cruise still to a double digit win. There's nobody there. Even if Kyrie plays, I still don't think they're going to keep this game within 7. And Philly is at home. I don't know if nobody knows. Like, Philly's home record, they're like 20-5, 20-4, or some shit like that. Maybe even 22-3 or some shit like that. Like, they don't lose at home, regardless already. And Embiid's still back, so he just came back, still got around in the shape, so he's gonna play. It's not like he gonna take the night off. So yeah, I just I agree. Philly -8. I took it earlier. As soon as I saw it, I jumped on it. As soon as I went to the injury report and saw Durant, Harden out. Yeah, Kyrie questionable. I don't even care if Kyrie plays. If Harden and Durant is out, that's all I need. They can't beat this team without them. So yeah, boom. Last game of the day, Mikey. I think it's an interesting game considering no Murray. So you have the Miami Heat. They're going on the road, coming off a back-to-back to take on the Denver Nuggets. Injury report: Miami, Dragic is out. Butler is questionable. Oladipo out. Dedmon out. Denver, Murray out. Harrison out. Obviously, we knew Murray was out. Actual factuals: they are Miami 6-2 ATS, 6-2 straight up in their last 8. 1-4 ATS in their last 5. 1-4 straight up in their last 5 against Denver. 2-6 ATS in their last 8 against opponents from the Western Conference. The total has gone under excuse me, in 10 of their last 11 games on the road. It's also gone under in 4 of their last 5 when playing in Denver. 2-4 ATS in their last 6. 8-2 straight up in their last 10. 6-1 straight up in their last 7 at home. The total has gone under in 4 of their last 5 games against Miami, and they're 15-5 straight up in their last 20. 2-4 ATS in their last 6 in April. Miami plus 4.5. What you got for me? Actually, that line has gone up to Miami plus 6. Yes, Miami plus 6.
So
Makes me
both
think
of these
Butler
teams are.
might not play.
Yeah, so the over under is at 211. So because it was at 213. So, ooh, man.
I have 209 actually.
Oh, so it
Currently
done
right
went
now.
down. It done went down even more.
Yes.
Man. So look. So like you said, this game's gonna be an interesting matchup because of just the psychological impact to see since Murray's out for the rest of the season. But
Right.
the thing about it is the Nuggets still have other people. Now
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they're not gonna miss him because he's their second leading scorer. He's the person that kind of makes them go, and him in conjunction with the Joker. But they got Porter and Gordon. So I think normally, we will pick Denver. I mean, we will pick against Denver in this spot, but I think it's a reason the line is this way. For me, I would take the Nuggets money line. Also, this over under, it keeps going down, and rightfully so, because you look at these two teams like, hey, they're defensive teams. It's going to be long, drawn out match. I'm trying to figure. So we don't really know the specifics on Jimmy Butler, do we? We just know he's probable.
I have questionable. That's all I got.
Because see, without him, with him and Dragic, that's gonna be really, really tough. Because my advice is gonna be to go against the grain and take that over. But by that being 209, I think that they probably have. I think they probably have a feeling leaning more towards Butler's probably not gonna play. Right. So I'm gonna stay away from the over under because I don't know if he's gonna play or not. But for the game, I'll go ahead and take the Nuggets money line. I think they got enough people around them to go ahead and keep it moving.
I agree. But I think that's predicated on Jimmy Butler not playing. I think if Jimmy plays, so this is my bet. If Jimmy plays, I'm on Miami plus the 6. Because I think that one, I'm high on Miami. I'm biased to Miami, so everybody keep that in mind.
They're a good team when healthy.
When healthy, I'm really high on Miami. Also, I think that the adjustment period of not having Murray, I think they need time. It's going to mess up everything. It's going to throw off all the rotations. It's going to throw off the bench rotation. It's going to throw off the starters. It's going to throw off minutes when people are coming in. So I think they'll need an adjustment period to get used to how that's going to work. So I think that gives Miami at the bare minimum a chance, if not with the Butler to win outright, honestly. But they're coming off a back-to-back. And I kind of think Butler's not going to play because they are coming off that back-to-back. But they're getting close to desperation mode because we got like a month until the season ends. And they're not just sitting pretty. I think they're like in the 7th or 6th. maybe in between 6 and 8, but they're all within like a game or two. So they can't be afforded to be dropping games. And they dropped one last night against Phoenix.
Yeah.
So I think and even if not, if Butler doesn't play, with Spo and Pat, like we go get maximum effort. They don't do not trying in Miami. So, and I know I'll get a good defensive effort. I still got Bam. I still got Hero. I still got Robinson.
Still got none, right? Still got.
I think Nunn just got healthy, so I'm not sure what we're getting from Nunn. He wasn't on the injury report, so we still do got him. But I know he hasn't been healthy that long, so I don't know exactly what we're gonna get from him. But I still like my chances with Miami plus the 6. So I took the 6. I want to tell you that's predicated on Jimmy Butler playing, but I'm not. I'm going to give out the 6 anyway because I took it personally. I hope we get Jimmy. I think if we get Jimmy, I think the 6 is good. I think if they get Jimmy, I think they actually win because I think, like I said, I think it's not that I think they're better than Denver. I just think with Murray being gone, it's going to mess up the rotations. You got to now insert a bench guy that was on your bench into the starting lineup. So now you probably got to play somebody who either hasn't been playing or who's played limited minutes now have to play contributing minutes, or your starters have to play way more. Your starting guards anyway. One of your guards have to play way more minutes. Like you said, they do have players, but I still think just the adjustment and just messing up the rotation and everything is going to take some time to adjust to. I think it's the first game without him or the second. Second.
I think this might be the first. Is it the? I thought it was the first game.
Was the last game he got hurt? I don't know, but it's still early, so it's still an adjustment period. So that's kind of what I'm banking on tonight as far as Miami. Like I said, I think it's just going to be an adjustment time frame. I think if it were more into him, if he got hurt a month ago, I might look at it differently because I do think Denver is a better team, and I do like the addition of Aaron Gordon. But like I said, I'm really high on the Heat, man. I think they are where they are because they were hurt mostly. So I got Miami plus the 6.
Okay.
Man, that was it, man. That was the last game. That was the last game on the docket for today. So we did 6 games. It's actually 7. So I'll run down the picks real quick. First game we did was the Bucks. Bucks at the Timberwolves. I passed. Mikey likes the Bucks minus 10 as long as Giannis plays. If Giannis doesn't play, that is a pass. The next game we did was the Wizards and Kings. We both like the Wiz minus 2. The game after that was the Spurs and Raptors. We both on the Spurs minus 5.5. Pelicanos, the Knicks at the Pelicans, both on the Pelicans, minus 2.5. The next game was the Mavs at the Grizzlies. We both like Grizzlies. That's our underdog money line play for the day. Then we move on to Philly hosting the Nets minus 8. We took Philly, and we finally disagreed on one game. Miami and Denver. Mikey like Denver money line. I like the Heat plus the 6. And that's it for the day, man. Like I said, last 2 days, Mikey, your boy been crushing it. Yesterday, 4-0. 11-4 for the week. So hopefully we keep that shit going. And man, anything you want to hit the people with before we get the hell up out of here?
You got 4 minutes until tip off for the Bucks Timberwolves, so that's your early start today.
We got track practice. It's a little rainy today, so
yeah, I doubt if you have track practice.
I'm hoping we don't, man. It'd be nice to sit back, enjoy a little early basketball. You know, I'm supposed to do the NBA show NBA baseball show with LJ here soon. So it'd be nice if I could just sit back, maybe eat. You know, something normal people do. Don't have to do so much shit all the time. So that's my plan, my brother. Hey, y'all, please like, comment, subscribe on all social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's Brothas in Bets. Look us up. I'm your boy, Marley Bet. My brother over here to this way. Just that's that's
Right here.
my God.
Mikey Hova. I'll holler at y'all.
For sure, man. We out, man. Hey, hashtag let's beat Vegas. Cause shit, that's the plan, right? Trying to get Vegas to go. They never go broke, so we can keep beating their ass up. Let's just beat their ass up. They never go tap out.
Keep putting the hand in the cookie jar.
But they will take your fucking money every penny.
Oh, yeah, I know.
They will take every penny from you. So be careful. And we out.
Right.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon'